Hello everybody, I'm going to make a video about how to open a cheese packet, a plastic cheese packet, and in such a way so that you can rewrap the cheese and keep it nice and fresh. So got a block of Tasty cheese here, I believe it's the Aldi brand, and as you can see, you turn it over the back. You've got this overlapping piece of plastic here. As you can see, it overlaps. So, obviously the problem is if you try and rip that open or something like that, then you've got to go and maybe use some more Glad wrap, as we call it here in Australia, or I can't think what the other word is. Saran wrap, I believe it's called in other parts of the world. So this is a good way also to not to use plastic twice and keep your cheese from going hard and yellow. So the way that I found to do it is where you have the overlap of the cheese here. Obviously by it overlapping, it gives you that extra bit of sort of inch, couple of centimetre flap. So the way I go about it is you want to cut underneath this flap so that when you go to rewrap the cheese, that flap will go over this part of the plastic, and so that'll create a fairly good seal, which should stop your cheese from going hard and yellow, or more yellow. So I usually start from the middle. I lift up the tab, the plastic overlap, and just put your knife into just underneath where the plastic meets. Make a hole, and then you need a sharp knife for this, and then cut along that line. But obviously don't cut underneath there, because otherwise you'll have a gap. It'll defeat the whole purpose. But yeah, you can cut along that, carefully cut along that line. It's pretty easy with a sharp knife. You don't want to use the sawing motion, because once again you don't want to cut it. So you cut it all the way to the end until you get to this very end part where it meets at the end. I myself don't cut it all the way to the end on both sides, so I'll probably cut where the block sort of finishes. Now this part here, doesn't really matter how you cut it, but ideally if you can cut along that seam as well, you'll also have a better wrap when you go to rewrap the cheese. So I just cut it in there. It's really quite tricky plastic. So as you can see, it's sort of opening up there. Now this part here goes over the top, so best thing I think to do is to cut it. Just make a little small incision there. Cut it along. Along there. Try and not cut itself, ideally. And cut that right into the corner. So essentially you've got your cheese, you can open it all the way up there and fold it back if you like. Cut into it. And then, when you're finished, and you put the block back into its the plastic back around it, and there's your natural fold. So that natural fold along here, obviously keep it fresh, and then you press that down in here, press that down there, and then toss that over, and then your cheese is pretty nicely wrapped. And as I said, because you've got that overlap, you haven't got any of the cheese exposed, which usually causes problems with your cheese going yellow. So, I mean, obviously there's machines out there. There used to be the cheese machine and all sorts of different gadgets, but obviously that involves cleaning, and you got another plastic product that you need to purchase, and you know, yep, something has to be made out of plastic, so there's more plastic. This way you can just reuse the plastic that comes with the pack, so at least you're not creating more of a headache for yourself and the environment. So yeah, I mean, obviously you need to push that up against something at the end. Maybe you want to use a bit of sticky tape, or just, you know, lean it against the inside of the fridge so that doesn't open. And yeah, so there you have it. So hopefully that's useful to everybody, and your cheese is hopefully going to stay relatively fresh. Okay guys, if you like this video, please subscribe and like and comment, and I'll make more videos with useful tips. Alright guys, thanks.